So if you're on YouTube, let me see if I can find it live. Dude.
Hello, YouTube.
It's, yeah.
Like being in a wind tunnel.
It's bad.
Like a jet turbine. Right. And also it smells strongly of bacon. Bruce Almighty. Yeah, like he hears everyone at the same time. That's what it feels like. That's interesting. Yeah.
It says stream offline. Just showing you what I'm seeing.
I'm not going to play with it because the last time.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. There we are.
Oh, there we are. All right. So we're on YouTube live. We're sitting here. Dylan, co-host Dylan. We got Brian on master controls.
It's you this time.
Yeah. Real deal. Brian. Say your last name, Brian.
Medlin.
Medlin, baby.
All-Star Catering, baby.
I call him Real Deal.
Well, so this is great. So you see how this could happen then, Franz? Like, just like it's...
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Not while the radio's on.
Well...
You're good.
The radio wasn't on last time. We were still on the YouTube era.
So on Court TV today, one of the cases was an attorney who got prosecuted for rape, and he was on People's Magazine's top bachelor. And I was like, how come I'm not like one of People Magazine's top, like?
Why are you drawing? Wait, what?
What?
Where is the comparison there? What do you?
I want to be.
You want to be on the People's Magazine. You are on the 225.
What's your Facebook handle? All-Star?
Top 500.
All-Star Catering.
Opie's on. Does Opie accept social media yet?
Yeah, Opie's Baton Rouge.
BR.
Brian, All-Star Catering. All-Star Catering, Baton Rouge. And Opie's.
I got you. Tagged you already, baby.
When do we,
So this
It's
will be
live radio right now.
And then it'll just randomly play, and people will text you and be like, "Hey, did I just hear you?"
You're
You go
on YouTube right
after this.
now.
Share this to your,
But you're about to be on the radio.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I got you, boo.
it's super fun. I've never actually gone back
unlike
and watched.
you, I deliver.
Oh,
Talk 107.3.
thanks. I get confused about that. What is? Oh, is it? We shouldn't talk about other radio stations, I guess. We're not on the radio yet, so I can't. Talk 107.9.
Talk 107.3.
107.9.
Talk 107.3.
That's not allowed.
So I got somebody from another radio station
Not as
approached
good.
me and to sell me advertisements and told me, hey, they could be the one to put me on the radio.
That is incredible.
And I was like, I was like, honestly, was trying not to be a jerk to him, but I was like, dude, you do know that I'm on the radio weekly. Oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, I have my own. In fact, I have my own radio show and everything.
I was thinking they were going to sign up for.
Welcome to another episode of the Geaux Rouge radio show. My name is Franz Borkhardt. I'm here in the Talk 107.3 studio, the mecca of radio broadcasting in Baton Rouge. I got co-host Dylan Ferguson in, Brian Haldane's on master control. Today is a food episode, guys. Today, episode 130, we're going to be doing all about food.
Food.
Dylan has an ongoing segment called How to Be a Better Diner. Our guest for the first half, and honestly, Brian, you can not. This is other Brian number 1, Brian number 2, or Brian Vertical.
Wait.
Oh, that's
he's the guest. I'm other Brian. He's the guest.
Yes.
Brian,
So
on air Brian, off air Brian.
So Brian from All Star Catering, Brian, the owner and operator of Opie's, the hottest new joint on Florida Boulevard.
Have you been yet?
Dude, I have not.
Yeah.
In fact, you and I are about to sample some Opie's in studio. If you're watching on YouTube, we got a little bit of Opie's. You know, I'm hyped up because everything that Brian from All Star Catering, Brian from Opie's, I'm going to talk about you as if you're not here. Everything that Brian touches and makes, absolutely outstanding.
I've been to Opie's 3 times already. Like I've eaten
already
as a customer 3 times. How long have y'all been open over there?
2 months, and you're definitely a repeat offender.
So
we love it.
So before we get to Opie's, before we get to food, before we get to how to be a better diner, before we get to the other sore topic today,
I know what's going to happen,
which is Baton Rouge Business Reports 500 influencer movers and shakers.
Sore.
Well, I was one of them, but I want to talk about, is that the culture, like 40 under 40, 500? Is that like, hey, let's give 40 people a trophy? Let's give 500 people a trophy.
I mean, I know we're going to talk more about it later. My only thing that I'll say is that 500 is a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Well, there's a lot of different industries.
But everyone looked like they were doing great work.
So before we get to all of that, we need to talk about the show sponsor. This is the business that makes the Geaux Rouge machine work.
I like that you started with these. I like that.
This. Well, you need more sponsors.
And you corrected to this.
So, I wanted to prioritize my sponsorship. So now it's just one sponsor. Perfect. The finest criminal defense firm. The premier in the multiverse, the Borkart Law Firm.
Incredible.
I say this every week. I'm so grateful that the men and women that work at the Borkart Law Firm allow this to happen.
There's 2 things here. Is that one is that I love how everyone is behind you there.
Yeah.
And then 2, I can't wait to use the Borkart Law Firm. Borkart Law Firm.
Yeah, that's way to maximize my lemonade stand.
Everyone knows it now.
It's like Opie's.
Yeah.
Here it is. I am a criminal defense attorney, for those who don't know. I don't talk about it a lot during the Geaux Rouge show. This is really a show about celebrating Baton Rouge, but I am a criminal defense attorney. So if you have a criminal defense attorney need, please let me know. You can find us on social media. You can find us at www.borkartlawfirm.com, which, by the way, I've been told that now, 2023, we don't have to say www anymore.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but I mean, it's good to know.
You can find me everywhere, except
are you on the Facebook?
I am on the Facebook. I am not. I don't have a Wikipedia yet. I'm on national TV weekly. Don't have a Wikipedia yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we'll work on it.
Enough about me. If you have a show topic for the Geaux Rouge show, if you want to get somebody on here, www.geauxrouge.com. Don't have to say www. I know, Brian. Brian's just said, you just said you don't have to say it. It's been a long day, dude. I've been doing some lawyering. Info, info at geauxrouge.com. Drop me an email.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you guys, people drop me emails, and then we get Opie's on. Yeah, so actually, I've had Brian on the show before. Brian from All Star Catering. It was actually Dylan gets full credit because Dylan. We were talking about show guests for this week, and Dylan was like, "Dude, have you had Brian?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm acquainted with Brian." Dude, have you been to Opie's yet? And I'm like, "No, I haven't. I haven't been to Opie's yet." Brian, welcome to the Geaux Rouge show again.
Thank you.
There's an exclusive club. If you make it on the show 3 times, Dylan, Helen, Frank. If you make it on the show 3 times, Brian Haldane.
What do you get?
You're in a 3-timers club.
Oh, okay, because I haven't received anything.
Not yet.
Gotcha.
Not yet. You may get a, hey, I used to have hats.
I wanted a special hat.
Do you want to go? The Geaux Rouge hats are actually pretty nice.
I have one in my office.
Yes, they're red. They're purple. We had a cop, a pro BRPD.
I have a blue one.
A blue one. We were Go Blue.
Yeah.
So that was when it was safe to support law enforcement, in Baton Rouge.
Anyway, Opie's.
Dude. All right. So you got this new joint, Opie's. It's not really, it's new, but it's not like embryonically new. it's like you've been open for
it's new. 7 weeks is pretty new.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's hot. It's like the new hottest chick on Florida Boulevard. I like it. All right. So what is Opie's?
So we are giving the people what they want at All Star Catering. People are like, hey, where can we get a couple pounds of crawfish? Hey, where can we pick up a plate lunch? So we just figured we'd buy a building, do a full renovation, and give the people what they want. And it's rocking, dude. Plate lunch is boiled crawfish, but we are all about boudin and cracklings. We spent a lot of time getting it right. 15 years later, man, it is rocking the wheels off.
So how did you come up with this? You're sitting pretty. You're killing it in the catering business. Mm-hmm. You make
Have you been to the All Star Catering complex?
Dude.
I met Brian there once.
You got to get it. It's a secret.
It's a complex.
To get in.
Oh, absolutely. You get this unassuming building, and you walk inside. It's like the Avengers headquarters.
You were on fire during the flood.
Fire.
Right? Yeah, you were on fire during the flood. And you've been doing massive amounts of catering. Your food out of that catering facility, I love the brownies. That's my thing. But I also love your your Mississippi mud, right?
Everybody loves the brownies, and heck yeah, Mississippi mud.
That's my all-time favorite dessert.
Yeah, we're all about disaster relief. We're all about up to 100,000 meals a day, man. We get it done, and we smile the whole time.
So you brought us some food today. What am I about to eat?
We have pork cracklins, which are pork belly, the traditional. We have chicken cracklins. We got a couple boudin balls and boudin chimichangas. And the thing
Boudin
is,
chimichangas?
hell yeah.
Okay.
Yo, that pork crackling is fire.
Walk me. Look, dude, this is my question.
Here's the
Walk me through the mindset of I'm opening up a spot.
Love it. So I've wanted to do cracklins my whole life. I love it. In the traditional ways, you throw them in a cast iron pot, render the fat. An hour and a half later, you plop some water in there and blister them, and boom, you got cracklins. Until you bite it, and it breaks your tooth, and that sucks. So I broke a couple teeth on one. I said, you know what? We're going to reinvent this.
Is there an art to cracklins?
There is. There is.
Talk to me about it.
I fry them 5 minutes. We smoke them. We only use pork belly. We've got a very special process that we do that takes 3 days. But, I mean, you're eating it. Tell me how much you love it.
So what I'm impressed with, and we were talking about this before we went on, Brian, what I'm impressed with is a lot of foods don't travel well. I mean, Brian came to the show today. He's got a styrofoam box with some goodies. Got a boudin ball, some crackling, and is that a chimichanga? I mean, what is
Chimichanga.
that? All right. There's a lot of foods. We've learned this through Waiter, through Uber Eats. There's a lot of foods that just don't travel.
That's right.
And that's not.
It's typically fried.
Part of being a good diner. Second half of the show.
Are we going to get into this later?
Well, we're going to get into this later, but I want to put this out there and then hit the pause button on it. Part of being a good diner is realizing there are certain things that just don't travel well.
Oh, boy.
A hamburger doesn't travel well.
I've got so many stories for later when we talk about this. I can't wait to tell you
Okay.
the
So,
conversations I've had.
Florida Boulevard.
That's right.
It's in the heart, and you're no joke. You're in Mid-City. I mean, you're right off of you're not
Old Goodwood. I mean, what street? I tried to figure out which cross street to get to easiest. What is it?
Croydon.
Croydon. Yeah, Croydon. So was that 2 blocks before Lobdell?
That's right.
If you're heading down Government.
Yeah,
in
block
that
off
direction?
Lobdell. That's right.
Yeah.
So
Really easy to get
are
in
you
and
also
out of.
doing crawfish too in crawfish season?
We're crawfish out for this season. We're
But
gonna
during the season.
Oh yeah. Crawfish, snow crabs, lobster, shrimp. We do the whole shebang.
I almost whistled just now, but I didn't know if that was a good idea to do on the radio. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Thank you. We had we got in halfway through the season.
Yeah.
We had an amazing last half of the season. Once they start getting dark and hard shelled, they don't soak up the seasoning as well. We call it and we just wait for them to come back the next spring.
Oh man.
It's quality and service.
So is this okay? I have not been yet. Is this a quick service? You order it at a
Quick service, order at the counter. Sorry, I should let Brian answer.
No, go.
That's okay. I mean, it's your show too.
Counter service with nice tables to sit down. It's very comforting.
It is
Leather
really
chairs.
nice.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
we did it right, but you don't have to worry about a server.
So talk to me about something that's very important to me. Soda. What are your soda options?
We've got a variety of soda options.
Coke
think
Zero?
it's-
You don't even know.
It looks like the Coca-Cola fountain where you mix all your colors and flavors. It's just all in bottles. It's 20-ounce grab and goes, and it's the simplest thing we've ever done.
So here's the thing, though, can I get a cup of ice if I want to?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm okay with the soda bottles. So I was at another restaurant, Curry and Kebab. Shout out to Curry and Kebab.
Yeah.
They brought
What's that guy's name? Did you talk to him?
Khan.
Han. He's so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So not that this show is not about Khan, it's about Opie's.
Right.
But brought out water bottles and soda bottles for when I ordered a Diet Coke. And at first I was like, what are you doing? If I poured over an ice, it's the same experience,
It's
right?
just as good.
I mean, now,
And it's clean. The machines are clean. You don't have to worry about it. Everything's clean and fresh all the time.
when's the best time to go to Opie's as I eat more chicken skin?
We get rolling we open at 11. By 11:01, we are smoking busy. And throughout 1 o'clock, it is rocking the wheels off time.
Well, because it's not just walk-in counter service. You have a drive-through.
We
as
drive
well.
through. You can call ahead and go pick it up. Yes, it is.
And everything's
fun stuff.
conditioned to be prepared very quickly. Like if I go in, I mean, is that right? I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn. But
No,
it seems like everything rolls.
The idea was scoop and go. We have
Yeah.
a massive counter full of boudin and cracklins and all these different things. But we don't want you to have to wait. The only things you're going to wait on is your fried fresh shrimp and fish and the grilled shrimp. Everything else, the burgers are smoked, the jambalaya is made. It's all ready to go. No wait.
I had that jambalaya last time I was in. I was super excited.
So we living in this world, as I eat more crackling, we're living in this world where people have expectations of getting delivered, food delivery.
Sure.
Is that an option at Opie's? I already know the answer, but
Sure.
I know I can pick it up.
Right.
So if I'm going, I live in Egypt. So
He does.
I live way far away.
Yeah.
Still in Baton Rouge, though. Shout out to people who live in Baton Rouge. I'm in Baton Rouge, sir. I'm in East Baton Rouge Parish.
You couldn't see my eyes roll on the radio just now, but I just want you to know.
So my point is if I'm cruising down Florida from downtown, where I work and play, I could stop by Opie's, pick up something, and head home. Y'all aren't doing food delivery, though, right?
We don't do delivery because I want everything from the kitchen to your mouth as fast as we possibly can. I don't want it driving all over town if they've got 10 orders.
It's just a commitment to quality.
It's quality and service, and I care about nothing else.
Besides chimichangas, boudin balls, crackling, what else you got?
Fried fish. My dad spent 40 years trying to get this recipe right. It is the epitome of fried fish.
Dylan, if you don't jump in and eat some of this food, I'm just going to...
I don't want to chew into the microphone here, so every time I take a bite, I take it
into the microphone.
You're doing fine. I just don't know how you're doing it. I don't
because I already naturally don't use the microphone the way it's supposed to be used.
Is that what, yeah, I just like, I don't think that I could. I don't think that I could pull it off as well as you are. So I'm just kind of waiting for the next commercial break, and then I'm gonna.
If there's food left,
come on. Right.
So
Brisket.
Yes. Are you doing the brownies?
Brownies.
Cheesecake.
Talk about cheesecake from New York.
Talk about the brownies.
The brownies are handmade every single morning, fresh baked. And if we don't serve them or give them away or whatever we're going to do, eat them, bring them home to our parents, we get rid of them and we start fresh every single morning. If it's not hot, fresh, and gooey, we're not doing it.
I think you're the future. I think you're the future of Florida Boulevard. And I'm
this is a problem. Do you hear my voice now?
Yeah, I know.
This is why I can't do it.
It's a problem.
No.
So, and I say that this way. We were talking about, so I have had Matthew Laborde on the air. I was covering for Brian Haldane one day on Mornings with Brian Haldane. I had Matthew Laborde on the air maybe about a year or so ago, where we were talking about Florida Boulevard being the next frontier because it has so much mid-city real estate.
Yep.
But I said, I don't want to be the pathfinder. I don't want to be the first person to open up a really nice commercial space that's not a restaurant or, pawn shop or, what? There's some pawn shops.
There's some pawn shops on Florida Boulevard. No, I just thought it was oddly specific. I thought it was a specific call out.
But there's also a brand new charter school. There's also a brand new Rouse's. Well, Rouse's is still on the way.
Brian.
Man, that gets me excited.
And let's not forget.
That'd be great for you.
It's the reason we're there. It's a definitely key indicator of why we chose that spot.
It's still a high volume. It's such a high volume street, Florida Boulevard is. And then you guys are going to be ahead of the curve because I don't want to, no shade to the other restaurants in that part of town, but that is definitely aesthetically the most pleasing interior. There is a Piccadilly right there.
There is a Piccadilly.
Yeah. I've got buildings all over the city, and let me tell you, it's going to be the next same thing that happened at Government Street. Everything's going to be new, revitalized. It's going to be fresh and friendly. It's going to be awesome.
Brian Haldane.
Oh, good.
Before I destroy either the boudin ball or the chimichanga.
You got to get the boudin ball.
Why don't you? I'm going to eat the boudin ball. Why don't you hand Brian Haldane a chimichanga? I want to make sure Brian gets some food because I'm in the aggressive eating mode of my life right now, and I'm afraid that if I don't share with Brian may go without. So I'm calling dibs on that boudin ball.
That's fine.
Don't
you can have it.
Don't you even look at me?
I just took this last crackling.
Don't you even
one last crackling. That boudin ball is really good.
So okay,
Brian, did your eyes just roll back in your head when you took that first bite?
Yeah.
I'm just confirming.
No, so when you're like, I'm a big fan of Shark Week. Whenever they show a shark just biting in and that's where I'm at right now.
Nom.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
It's not just the flavor of the crackling and boudin ball. Like there's something about the batter and the fry. Like there's something.
It has a sweetness on the outside.
We wish we could quit you.
Yeah.
It's smoked.
Smoked
Boudin, smoked tortillas. Everything we do goes through the smoker. I mean,
Is the crackling smoked? No.
The crackling?
Yeah.
Yeah. We only fry
That's what it was.
All
right?
smoked everything.
We only fry them for 5 minutes. That's why it's not breaking your tooth. Like crispy bacon.
So you know what that means?
Smoked
He's putting
crackling.
thought and effort and caring into the.
And from an operations perspective, I love it because of how easy it is to replicate the quality and to do it like at scale and speed. Like that's the thing that I'm really excited about with this. This is perfect, man. I'm so excited.
Where's the boudin recipe from? How old is that?
So me and my team drove all over Acadiana to 18 different boudin places, from Stop to Nunu to Don's, you name it, we went there. And we talked to everybody from the front counter to the managers to the owners. And we're like, look, we want to do this one day. Throw us a bone. Give us anything you can to help us out. And we combined about 18 different recipes. And then we spent 5-6 more years trying it out. And boom, one day it just got right.
It's because it is the meat to rice ratio is awesome. Because if you go too much rice, you're like cheap, whatever.
Rice.
Do you taste the smoke in it?
I definitely taste the smoke in it, and there's just enough pepper flavor to bring out the pork and let the pork still run the show.
Thank you.
If the listeners,
Brian Howden.
if the listeners or viewers on YouTube are doing the smell-o-vision, or I guess the hear-o-vision thing,
if they're watching this,
reluctant to have food people on the radio.
Is that true?
Because when you're eating the food, like if you're listening on the radio right now, and
like what is it doing for you? If you're like,
if you're on YouTube, it's not doing much more for you. But I mean, at least I can show you something.
Yeah.
So if I want to go to your joint, Opie's on Florida, give me a little window. Best time to go, and where on Florida is it?
So we're open 11 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Lunch is going to be busy, but it's very, very fast. We've got plenty of chairs, plenty of service. It's going to be all good.
It's a beautiful building. I'm just going to call that
gorgeous. We redid the whole thing. And then, but you can come through the afternoon.
Well, I'm going to be there all day Thursday.
And I'll be feeding you all day Thursday.
Don't tease me.
No,
see how I eat, bro.
I wouldn't do that. But with the afternoons, look, the drive-thru is always quick. The afternoons are a little slower than that 11 to 1:30 lunch rush. But we work I mean, the longest you're going to wait on your food is maybe 5 minutes.
So if you're just now tuning in, we're going to be taking our first break in about 3 minutes. But we have owner-operator of Opie's, Brian Medlin, in talking about one of the hot new spots in Mid-City. Opie's,
Florida Boulevard, Croydon in Florida.
Yes.
Just a couple of blocks south in Lobdell.
One of the things I love about Curry and Kebab, to go full circle, is the owner walked up to me and said, look, we make all our food to order.
Yep.
And he said, if you're coming to our restaurant, text or call me, like the restaurant, and put in your order, and then we'll have it ready for you. So here's my question. There are a lot of, the new trend I've noticed with a lot of my friends is they'll call ahead and put in an order, grab it at the counter, pay for it, and then immediately sit down and eat it.
In the restaurant?
I've seen it, yes.
I have feelings about this. Well, at Opie's, this is fine, but in any other context, I'm getting hot right now.
Okay, well, hold that hot. Hold the heat.
How did you know?
Right, hold the heat, because we'll have like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's co-host of the Go Rouge show.
Oh no, this clicks. You're gonna find.
Okay, go for it. Tell me what you think.
Because that's the whole fundamental behind how we serve at Opie's.
Okay.
You come in, everything's in a to-go box. You don't need to ask for a to-go box. You could eat half of it and take the rest home.
So there is it's not like a plate.
There is no for here for
it's in a to-go. Man, I tell you, it's so comfortable. You can eat your food, take it home, eat it there, and everybody loves it.
Okay.
We don't have to ask for here to go. It gets served one way. And I tell you, man, it's banging.
I'm curious. I don't know if we have enough time, but I want to know where the name Opie's came from. Where did the name Opie's come from?
So I worked at a pizzeria for 11 years in high school and college.
Okay. Here in town?
Yeah. D'Angelo's. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. I didn't chase girls and drink beer.
I worked at D'Angelo's.
It was like play chess and video games and total nerd, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Opie Taylor to a T, man.
It's
little Opie Taylor from Mayberry.
You still play chess?
Every day. Every day.
Okay.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Absolutely.
Man, that is good to know. What is Lewis's nephew has a restaurant on Coursey Boulevard.
He trained me back in the day.
Okay.
John, he's got Bistro Italian. He's my good buddy. I eat calzones there quite often.
Nice. John's a good dude.
He's a great dude.
Good dude.
So what do you, I don't know how to, this is going to be an awkward segue. So are there, I mean, so at some restaurants I go to, I'm not going to name them.
Okay.
I get loyalty points. I get, if I use a certain app, I get certain things.
Sure.
I mean, long term, are you going to be doing like Opie's points, or you're like, no,
we want an Opie's brand app one day?
I'm trying to get a feel here.
It's the culture.
Is there Opie's shirts I can buy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Three or four different colors.
Okay, well that makes me feel better.
You know what I like? I like that I'm the owner. I get to go from table to table, shake hands, kiss babies, make sure everybody get to say hello and meet everybody.
Well, and let me say this.
And samples.
I did get them fire samples when I was in there the other day.
So let me say this. 100. The guys in this room will tell you I ain't afraid to put my brand on shirt and create swag. So I appreciate that.
Love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Borkart Law Firm is on everything. Borkart Law Firm boxer shorts.
It's a very nice Borkart Law Firm tie that you have on there.
No, this is actually, yeah. Anyway,
but the radio does.
We do have discounts for first responders, for teachers, for
lawyers, criminal defense attorneys.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But we all the teachers, the first responders, the police. We do offer pretty deep discounts as a thank you to the community.
Well, look, dude, I am excited. I'm going to be there all day Thursday if you want to come by.
We're cheap and easy. We are literally
Cheap and easy.
Yes,
And Florida, Florida Boulevard.
Case full of food for $20. I mean, it's hard to carry it all out.
$20 gets me a suitcase full of food. That is
now you can bring on spirit.
You will be full.
So, Brian, stick around. We're going to be hitting our first break. I'm going to destroy a boudin ball and a part. I'm just telling you, Brian.
Split the chimney?
I do want to slip. I'm going to hit our first break. We've got Dylan Ferguson co-hosting, Brian Haldane on master. Opie's is in the house. Second half of the show, we're going to be talking about restaurants.
Ooh.
We're going to be talking about restaurants, and we will be back. Stick around on YouTube. All right. So you've got strong feelings about this.
Oh, big feelings.
Talk to me. Go for it.
It's just that it's not okay in a full service dining environment to order food to go, because those tables are for here service. You got your food to go. You don't take for here tables for to go food.
Oh, to order it and then eat it when you get there.
Like imagine
then take half home.
Okay, let's take Parens for example, right? You've got a packed restaurant. It's Friday night, wall to wall. Then you order your food to go, and then you go sit at a table. That server who has that table.
Would you feel better if it was at a bar? Like I ordered it?
No, because there's still only select amount of space at the bar. Like that real estate is generating income for those servers and bartenders. Whenever you come in and even though I get from the customer's mindset like that, well, I got the food from here, why can't I eat it here? For those individual servers and bartenders, you may as well have brought Taco Bell into the restaurant. Like they,
would you feel better if you said, I call your restaurant up and I'm like, hey man, I'm going to be coming in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to put it in order. And when I get there, I want to eat it on site.
100%. I'm down with that. I don't know that everywhere is. Some places I don't think that's appropriate.
But the problem is, at that point,
like Zippy's, what does Zippy's care? That's
Zippy's doesn't care. But
but like if I call Opie's and say, hey dude, I'm rolling in about 20 minutes. This is what I want to put on this is what I want to put an order on. I mean, what's the difference?
No, it's in a box anyway.
Yeah, it's in a box. That's what I'm thinking.
Those two examples that you just gave, Zippy's and Opie's, that's not the same as doing that at Chimes, as a Ruth's Chris, at even, I don't know, we're somewhere like in between, Manjuni's. Would you do that at Manjuni's?
Does it change the conversation if you're like, look, I called this in. Do you have a spot I could eat here? And then you leave a fat tip? Gratuity?
I guess I don't have that much trust in the general public, I think.
It takes the edge off, right?
It takes the edge off, but either way, but that's also like there now you've kind of hit like the nail on the head is that it's like this very delicate balance, because if I let you do it and then I don't let somebody else do it, then I'm gonna
I'm not saying it's change policy. I'm just saying that the bartender probably doesn't mind as much if you throw him a 20 when you.
It would be totally fine, but just on principle, I can't allow it.
I can't imagine calling into Geno's and being like, I'm short on time. I want a chicken parm. Packet to go, and then me sitting down at a table.
And it throws off the aesthetic as well. Yeah. Like, and again, in Opie's, it's perfect. That is the vibe. Like, it's grab and go food. We're here. We're gone. Yeah. You do that. Sit at a bar with a to-go box. T.O. Javi's. You're gonna go sit at the bar with a to-go box.
I don't. So I think
crazy.
I think what this guy would tell you. I think I have one friend that does it.
Yeah. Who is he?
I don't want to name the Joker on air.
Oh, is it? Is it a Joker?
It's a Joker.
Is it the same Joker?
Yeah. So he does it.
It's so disappointing.
So, but it's like I've seen him do it at Qdoba, which again it doesn't perfectly
do it
fine.
at Qdoba.
I've seen him do it at Simple Joe's.
Still, again, I think
it's okay. It's okay.
It's still okay.
And again, he's got a table full. So it's always when he's meeting somebody.
Yeah.
Because his lunch breaks or dinner breaks are like very compact,
tight.
Like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Like us lawyers who are I'll roll into Opie's on Thursday, and I don't even haven't looked at my court schedule, but there's a good chance that if you have lunch with me on Opie's, you could have dinner with me on Opie's too. You and I are good Thursday though.
I'm down. I'm Thursday. Look, I can do whatever.
It's gonna be a marathon.
I can do anything.
It's gonna be a marathon.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna eat so much food. I've got my Boston
brownies.
Dude, I'm hungry because you're not ready.
What do you mean?
Have you had our Mississippi mud or a banana pudding?
I got to just be honest.
You say that, but
your brownies are so hard to overcome.
What if the Mississippi mud had brownies in them?
That would be different.
My all-time favorite dessert.
That would be different.
I'm hinting.
Yes, tear it because I want to eat after I do the intro.
You can have the bigger one.
How to be a better diner. Hey, hold this thought. Here's another one. I was at Corks today. Mm-hmm. I was going to leave my stuff on the table instead of putting it in the trash, and it's baskets. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, no, I don't want to be that guy. And so I picked it up, and then the person I was eating with looked at me. And I'm like, just leave it. You left a tip, right? And I was like, oh, that's a topic. No waiter, no waitress.
We talked about those.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it again.
Observe the norms of the establishment.
I mean, it's not like I'm leaving it.
Stand by, kill Neil's mic for a second.
Welcome back to the Geaux Rouge radio show. You know, I want to see if I can get Big Frida to do the second bump. She has done advertisements for attorneys.
That's really cool.
What's the guy's name in New Orleans? You've seen the
Juan
commercial.
LaFonta.
Juan LaFonta. I want Big Frida to do a Geaux Rouge.
So
who would be a Baton Rouge comparable to
Big Frida?
To Big Frida.
There
is none, right?
I mean, like, I guess Gates is from.
You know who's available? You know who's available now?
Yeah.
DJ Jubilee.
Oh,
do you remember DJ Jubilee?
Absolutely, I saw DJ Jubilee at the Varsity.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was.
Could get Ezra. I bet you I could get better than Ezra too.
Yeah.
So
the guys from Merriweather.
Yeah. So Franz Borchardt, Geaux Rouge radio show. Off the rails, baby.
That was a deep cut.
Yeah. So we're off the rails now. I've got Dylan Ferguson sitting co-host.
Yes.
I've got Brian Medlin from Opie's chilling out with us. First half of the show was all Opie's. All Opie's all day long.
Love it.
Second half of the show today, guys, is going to be Dylan's here. When Dylan's here, we do a little segment. We need bump music for this too.
That would be fun.
About how to be a better diner. How to be a better, as a restaurant guy, you'll appreciate this, Brian.
I'm going to love this.
Yeah.
So much.
Be a better diner. And we've talked about the first topic.
Maybe this song could be like the Hit the Road Jack song. Hit the Road Jack. Yeah. So we shouldn't sing on the radio.
Today, I was at a restaurant today that was I ordered at a counter. They bring the food out. There's trash receptacles.
We're going to name the restaurant, right?
I mean, we can. Corks. We've had them on the show before. Corks. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it was time to leave. And like, I'm putting myself at Opie's. So I've got the styrofoam box. I've just eaten. I've destroyed the Diet Coke, the 20-ounce Diet Coke. Hopefully you have Coke Zeros too. I've destroyed it. I have a decision to make. Am I bringing my debris and trash to the trash can? Am I leaving it on the table? And does it matter if I left a tip at the counter or not? It's pretty standard now that I'm going to leave a 20% tip, 20%-ish tip at a quick service scenario. Because my mindset is counter, and I know what you guys are paying.
I want to let Brian weigh in on Opie's, and then I'll give you my general feedback.
So the other thing for the listeners, which they may not realize, right now in the food service industry, you guys are having to pay a ton of money to keep people in your restaurants. Like, I've been talking to restaurant owners, and it ain't like
to
minimum
keep people
wage.
employed, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Astronomical through the roof.
Yeah.
All right, so talk to me.
But you know
What do we do at Opie's?
But here's
do
the
we
thing.
leave the food or do we throw it away?
For good quality employees, it's something we're proud and happy to do because you're going to get good service.
Well, that's
it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah, just like everything else.
Well, so for this piece with I finished eating.
Yeah.
I finished. Francis crushed his Coke Zero. Do we leave it on the table? Do we throw it out on the way out?
Big fan of it's just like a parking lot and your push cart, your buggy. I tend to put.
I love that analogy.
Well, a quick and easy for me is if I see one of the trash cans with the thing sitting on top,
Right.
and I do like everybody
That's
else.
an easy.
But if I look around and it's kind of obvious they're going to pick it up, leave it on the table with a tip.
So here's my thing. I feel guilty
You leave it.
at McDonald's. My son eats Happy Meals. I will occasionally eat Taco Bell. I feel guilty leaving my trash at a table at a McDonald's.
Well, those trash away.
Right.
Yeah. You should absolutely be throwing your trash. That's what you feel guilty about.
It feels slightly different. So, like, the idea, if I went to a restaurant,
Yeah.
that's not to say McDonald's isn't a restaurant, but if I'm in, like,
We can make this distinction
If
now
I'm at
between
Simple Joe's.
quick service versus full
if I'm
service,
at Simple
right?
Joe's, which arguably is quick service.
It is a quick service restaurant.
Yeah. If I were to pick all my trash, it's plate. But if I were to pick my trash up and walk over and put it in the trash can, they would look at me weird.
Absolutely. Don't do that at Simple Joe's.
They bust the tables as they're going, as
Right.
your plates are empty. So I guess for me, the better diner move is what?
To observe your surroundings.
Okay.
To look and see. So, like, let's take City Roots Coffee Bar, for example. It has a nice big sign on the counter that says, hey, when you're done, the bus tub is around the bar. Very obvious. French Truck Coffee, another great example. French Truck doesn't have a sign, but they have a very conspicuously placed bus tub and trash can right there.
I'm going to say something potentially controversial.
Oh, Lord. These are, go ahead.
So I love French Truck Coffee.
Oh, that's not controversial.
I love the coffee.
They have great coffee.
The customer service there
Oh, that's controversial.
is horrible.
Yeah, I can't weigh in on that.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not La Divina. It's not Electric Depot.
Lower the bar a little bit. Eh?
Electric Depot.
A lot of Venus.
Electric Depot, I feel like they're willing to give me a massage and my coffee.
Look,
and
the folks at City Roots, I mean, I will say that I was alternating between French Truck and City Roots, and City Roots won me over with, they have
because they have good customer service.
They know what I want every time, and then they have a special, I get the same glass every time. They call it the Dylan glass. It's the only glass this size and shape in the building.
Can you imagine French?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, French Truck. Can you imagine?
They don't know
French
my
Truck?
name.
Yeah,
One person knows my name.
Can you imagine French Truck? You walk up and go, I would like my usual, and they just look at you like, I'm going to spit in your drink. at Electric Depot at City Roots, I walk up and they were like, they asked me, do you want your sugar-free latte or do you want this? They know my regular drink. They make
you don't go that often anymore, honestly.
Not
because I'm there every day and I haven't seen you in weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
But my point is, in my old age, bad service is really starting to get under my skin.
Yeah.
Before it was like, if you had the best soup in the world and you were the soup Nazi, I'm going to take it because I need that soup, right?
Right.
In Baton Rouge, they have like awesome food that.
Are we thinking like, can we say Fleur de Lis Pizza? R.I.P.
Panetta's. I'll say it. Panetta's has phenomenally good food.
Panetta's has really thoughtful, considerate service. It's just slow. It's a tiny little kitchen. They cook the sauces 24 hours.
Like the opposite of,
it's take a trip to Italy. It's all part of the vibe.
This was at Panetta's, and look, I'm one of the most positive when it comes to the food service industry. I'm actually one of the nicest guys. I will not bash on social media.
I'm so surprised to hear you drop these names on the radio.
I was at Panetta's once trying to pay for a table.
Wonderful
dinner.
restaurant.
It's a great restaurant.
Yeah.
I pull out $100 bill. Oh, we can't break that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you better figure out something because I'm not going to go get change.
Yeah. Well,
can you imagine, hold on. In the restaurants you've been affiliated with, can you imagine a scenario in your restaurant where someone pulls out a $100 bill to pay for maybe a $60 meal?
Sure.
Which is a lot of food at Opie.
Sure.
And you're like, and one of your employees goes, we can't break 100.
No way.
Right. What? I mean,
I'm digging quarters out of my truck. Right. I'm going to the neighbor. I'm going to the bank. I would never embarrass a customer like that. Heck no.
And maybe even, like we'll take it a step further. Like you kind of have to be prepared for that sort of thing. We had to, counting the change in the restaurant.
Do you think it's because Panetta's is the food quality is so good that they don't care?
I don't think it's, well, I'm not going to say they don't care.
Towards the end.
Well, no, Fleur de Lis, I think, was like aggressively unhospitable. Like, I feel like that's okay to say. Yeah. Panetta's, I just don't think it's on their radar. You know, I mean, I think they're more focused on the food. I don't think that it's that like a conscious decision. I just think that,
I'm just asking questions.
Hey, look, I'm just answering.
Now,
that's what I believe.
While we're keeping it in the Mid-City region.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you, man, what I have observed in Mid-City is higher quality food.
Let me say one more thing about the Panetta's thing. Okay. It's a one-off. That was a one-time experience. That's the last thing I'll say. We can't take that one incident and extrapolate that across. This is how they.
No, they're consistently just.
It's okay. Anyway, moving on. Go ahead. I just wanted to add that point in because how to be a better diner thing that we talked about. It's like you don't take one-off experiences and extrapolate them.
The six top situation where I was at a table of 6 and I needed one more chair in a way that would not have, like, in any way violated any kind of ordinances.
They shut you down?
They were like, no, you can't add a chair.
Oh.
Well, my favorite Panetta's story is I ordered the bratwurst. The bratwurst incident where I simply said, can you take the potatoes off my plate? I don't want the potato. No, we don't do that. Well, can you put the potatoes on a separate plate? Oh, no, we can't do that.
No.
And I'm like, I'm trying, literally.
Yeah.
Words coming out of my mouth in real time. I'm not going to eat them. I don't want them. I know I'm paying for them. I'm letting you keep them.
Buddy.
I was so furious.
It doesn't matter.
You know what it is?
Have you not been listening to any of the How to Be a Better Diner stuff that we've talked about?
I still go to because it's so good.
I'm feeling so betrayed right now. Like, I felt like we were on the same page with this stuff, and I'm listening to you talk, and I mean,
it's just, I'm sorry.
They're taking the potatoes off the plate. Get over it. Don't eat them. Put them in a box. Take them home.
I couldn't.
Give them to your...
No. That was the thing. They wouldn't give me a side plate to do that.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't eat the potatoes. They're just on the plate.
What if I'm allergic to potatoes?
Oh, you're not though, are you? But you're not, and also no one is. So anyway,
I'm gonna call it the Panetta's phenomenon.
But
here, it's a Mid-City. Now, here's the good thing about Mid-City right now. Mid-City Baton Rouge right now. If you look at the restaurants that have opened up in Mid-City, Opie's, Forks, there's a new
Barracuda.
Barracuda special.
Okay.
Cock.
I think it's KOK.
No, I think it's cock.
They say KOK.
What?
Don't say what. You just can't say that word on air.
Chicken. What? Hold on. You don't think it's a play word.
So anyway, there are lots of great restaurants on Government Street.
Okay. I haven't been to KOK yet. Point is, the service. What's the Indian restaurant on Government Street?
Tap 65.
Tap 65. Tap 65. The brew house.
Mid-City Beer Garden.
Mid-City serving old Chelsea's food, which is phenomenal.
Yes, we've got tomato basil and grilled cheese.
Think about the last 10 to 20 years in Mid-City. I think we're in the best food realm right now.
By far.
By far in Mid-City. No. I don't know what's going to happen with some of the restaurants. Like, no disrespect to Government Taco. I don't know where Government Taco is going to be in the next 5 years.
Sure.
Anthony's Deli's is holding its own. Byron's moved from their location.
Oh, they're doing great.
Smokin' Hub. I like Smokin' Hub.
Love it.
Yeah. I think you have the best, especially with some of the, I mean, dude, what is Electric Depot going to be doing culinary-wise? I mean, KOK's opened up now. They're full steam ahead. You've got,
there's, I don't know if it's like public news yet, but a different management group has taken over.
Yeah, I heard that.
You heard about that. Yeah. And I'm super excited to see that. I'll tell you the most slept on restaurant on Government Street. Like, it's never in 225. It's not winning best anything, but it's
not in the top 500.
It's on the top 500 influencers. China food. China food at the corner of Government.
Across from Popeyes?
The old Oriental Pearl.
Well, right. I think like right there, because they like shut down like half of that building, like tore down. But that China food right there, you can order online super easily. Love that. And then the food is fire, and it's super cheap.
It's
fresh. And you get a lot of it.
And you get a lot.
It is ridiculously fresh food.
I don't want to tell. I'm kind of upset that I'm saying it on the radio right now.
So here's the other side of it, though. Here's the other side of it is
Thai pepper's technically Mid-City.
Thai pepper is special.
Yeah.
Take your staples, though, that have been there forever. Superior Grill.
Sure.
I think they are crushing it, but I think the tide is rising.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got all these different...
I have thoughts about this.
Yeah. I want to hear them because with other new restaurants that are coming up, these established spots, yes, you're an institution. You're nostalgic. Like Panetta's. People are going to go to Panetta's because the food is so great. I'm going to suffer through the bad service and the lack of desire to actually let me pay for the food. What are your thoughts on this?
High tides raise all boats.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The 100%. That's what I think. I don't know. I'll let Brian weigh in. But I know whenever I was managing at Chimes East and Willie's opened right there, and I was, early management career, and I was like, asking the GM, Jerry Schaefer, what do we do about it? I was like, are they going to take away business? What's this going to be like? And he was like, no. He has this like very even-keeled way of speaking. And he's, high tides raise all boats, Dylan. I mean, more people are going to be in the area eating. They'll come here. Ours will go there.
So 225 Magazine
top 500
picked which restaurant in Mid-City to be the best restaurant in Baton Rouge.
Elsie's again and
Elsie's
again. Yeah.
Plate and Pie, which I got to tell you, I had lunch there this week.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm sitting there eating a shrimp salad.
Yeah.
The guy I was having lunch with was eating a meat pie. Service was phenomenal. Food quality, food cost, beautiful. Beautiful.
Right.
And I'm like, I gotta tell you, like, is it a Ruth's Chris? No.
No.
But could it be a straight-faced discussion on best restaurant in Baton Rouge, Elsie's Plate and Pie? I was like, you know what? I mean,
it depends on how you're defining it.
Right.
I want to, but we have to bring Brian back into the.
I was about to say, like, you can't compare Elsie's to Opie's. I compare Opie's to, like, with everything you've talked about, I don't know that we have a comparable version of Opie's in Baton Rouge. Like,
right.
I'm not talking about your competition on the air anyway, but what I'm saying is it's not like Barracuda Government Taco where you're going to get a taco from. You're doing chicken, pork crackling. You're doing these boudin balls. I just had the house-made boudin balls, the chimichanga, which, by the way, outstanding. Brian Haldane, you had a little chimichanga.
Yeah, it's perfect.
His eyes rolled back.
Yeah. So
we saw all of that.
Yeah. So my point is I think you're right. You have to compare apples and apples, oranges and oranges. But my point is right now, government, Mid-City, the entirety of Mid-City, you've got, I mean, in terms of best places to eat in Baton Rouge with the most versatility, at one end of government, you have ramen noodles. You have chicken wings.
There's one thing that I really want on Government Street, and I've begged Chow to do it, would be another Bao Vietnamese kitchen. Or Pho Viet that she has in Gonzales.
Baru is
Boru is great. It's not Vietnamese. Like, we don't have a... And then Cafe Mimi, but incredible, only open for lunch.
But even Chow is blurring the lines of... I think he's more modern Asian than he is...
More... No, it's Vietnamese. It's like... It's
but
like,
he's doing ramen noodles.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
Dude, don't be mistaken.
Yeah.
I love Chow Yum Fat. Yeah. I loved him when he was in White Star.
I'm talking about Chow Huynh that has
no.
Bao Vietnamese kitchen. No,
I thought
Chow Yum Fat is in Mid-City. They're perfect right there. I want a Vietnamese place,
like straight
Vietnamese. Okay. Like I want to be able to get some pho. I want to get some spring rolls. I want to get some bubble tea.
I think it would support it.
Yeah,
I think we've got. I mean, I don't know that we need another Italian spot. We got Mangiuni's. We've got
Mangiuni's is so good.
It really is. Now the only defect potentially there for them is if you don't like the sweet sauce, you're never going to be happy there.
I'll say.
But then you've got in Mid-City
that muffalata. That muffalata is unreal. And again, no one talks about it. Everyone's like Anthony's muffalatas, and they're great muffalatas.
Strong.
They're great muffalatas. I'm telling you.
You don't
try
have to drive,
the Mangiuni's muffalata.
Aren't you happy you don't have to drive to Egypt to get an Anthony's muffalata now, though?
I'm so happy that I don't have to. Oh, you mean? Oh, I kind of loved going out there, way down Florida Boulevard.
That's like New Orleans to get a portical burger.
It felt like, but it was the experience, and it was walking into that little like kind of dingy spot, like hole in the wall. Like the first time I was like, "Are we supposed to be here? Like, is this okay?"
I think, and if you're going to put the Merchant District in there too, because you got the Julia Brothers, you've got the
honorary Mid-City,
you've got the barbecue spot, you've got the new Mediterranean spot that
Chase's place that's opening up.
Even Ivar's, I hate to admit it, even Ivar's has some really banging good food. The chicken wings at Ivar, So the point is, I don't really know where we're going with this.
Anyway,
how great the food situation is, and how I appreciate that maybe my views on certain situations in Baton Rouge.
It's just what we talked about. That's why I was so outspoken.
But here's the thing, though. Why I'm frustrated is I am one of the most easygoing diners.
Mestizo. Sorry, I'm gonna flick that one in there too. Like, it doesn't get talked about enough. But anyway, keep going.
I got to tell you, Mestizos.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, for price point and quality of food, and the fact that they have a healthy, like, if you're on keto or like. Always fresh stuff. I mean,
we had dinner there.
Opie's has to rise too, baby. Opie's.
Oh, so that was the whole thing. You're like that. That's right. We're tying it all back in because of the level. Yeah.
Look, quality and service. I say it over and over. It's all house made. It's all fresh as can be. I mean, what's left?
I got to tell you, consistency.
You're right.
Yeah. I literally talked to someone today. I was consulting with a new restaurant opener with Toast Stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And they were a little worried. We don't know if we're going to make it. And I was like, look. If you can produce a quality product consistently, you will make it. That's literally all you have to do.
You know the worst thing? The worst thing for me...
It's not all you have to do, but it's a part of it.
My big pet peeve is if you go in and something's not great, that's one thing. But if you go in and you've had it there before and it was phenomenal and then it was trash the next time, how disappointing. Because that means you were capable of it, you just weren't consistent.
Did you give them the third chance, though?
Yeah.
And the fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh, as long as they come back. But
food is good, dude.
But
I go to Pinetta still.
That's to Franz's point, though, that that there's a lot more. There's a lot of other restaurants that could be getting that third chance.
Yeah.
Instead of repeating that, and so it just kind of highlights the importance of doing that.
I think Baton Rouge has got a stigma. The second time you strike out, you're probably not going back, or the second time you show up and you're closed, you're not going back. But
Oh, I'm a big, like I'll harp on that one. Like, you know, we talk a lot about how to be a better diner, but on the operations perspective, like you've got to keep your regular business hours.
Have to. You bounce all over, it's lights out.
Well, you know, that poses the question. Before we go, what are the business hours of Opie's one more time?
So we're 11 to 5:30, but that is Monday through Friday. We're not in crawfish season. It is the summer in Mid-City.
So when crawfish season is that?
Crawfish season, we look to pick up some really good crawfish in late January, early February.
So, but it'll still be 11 to 5, Monday through Friday? Or?
No, then we'll readjust our hours for the night.
Get them Saturdays and Sundays?
Yeah, so it never Sunday. I mean, we're going to be in church.
Just kidding, Saturday.
Everybody loves a day off, but we work hard
What's
through
the number
weekends.
What's the number one day to get crawfish?
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, you know what? It's also the number way to keep really good employees happy and healthy. To give them a Sunday off, guaranteed.
That's 100% accurate. Building 5, I think, is closed on Sundays, and I mean they would crush.
Next
Sunday
week
brunch.
we're going to talk
That's
about
a brunch crowd.
Next week we're going to talk about what's going into the old street spot.
One for you.
Oh, the old where?
Yeah.
Oh, the old K Street.
Yeah.
We're going to have them on
next week. What? Last word, Brian.
I'm just going to say, man, if you want Chick-fil-A, you know to get it Saturday night, not to wait till Sunday. It's the same way with good restaurants.
Wow.
Mic drop.
No.
Yeah. I love that.
Brian, I appreciate you coming in. Opie's on Florida. It's going to be great. We're going to be there next week on Thursday. If you want to come by, wave at us. Wave. Dylan, thank you for being in. Brian Haldane, thank you for producing. We will see you guys next week.